In Sahaja Yoga, we do not pay much attention to food. Only thing I feel that so much attention has been paid to food is not a correct attitude. See, the spirit doesn't eat at all. It's a detached thing. Atma is beyond. Now when we try to say that if we eat this kind of spirit food, Atma will be happy, that kind of Atma will be happy, is not true. For example, we'll say vegetarianism, which is a very common problem with people. You'll be amazed, all the false gurus are vegetarians. One by one. Mahesh Yogi, Rajneesh. Rajneesh is a great vegetarian. He doesn't even eat garlic and onions. This Mahesh Yogi's disciples, if you show them a garlic, they'll jump 100 times. They are afraid of the garlic. Can you imagine? But I don't say that you eat meat. That's not the point. But those people, whatever they require, they should eat. But don't eat meats of animals which are bigger than you. Now what happens? How the evolution in the animals take place? Nobody has put attention to that. Supposing there are many chickens, you say, I am not going to give realization to chickens, am I? Or to bugs, am I going to give realization, or to mosquitoes? So our attention is on these, not on the higher level of life. When we think of food, that we must save chickens. Actually nothing dies. As Krishna himself has said, nothing dies. Alright? And that's how some people denied Krishna, because he had a samhara shakti, he used to kill. And killing is so important in evolution. Otherwise, if you don't kill these Rakshasas, are you going to adore them? What are you to do with them? They are to be killed, they are to be thrown out. In the evolutionary process also, so many things have to die out for the real thing to come up. Say this flower has to die to become the fruit, alright? And there is no hinsa in it. The word hinsa is so much misinterpreted that people are satisfied if they do not eat meat. It's not true. For some people it is essential they must eat meat. Now, as you know, Sahaja Yoga works on the power of Shakti. And the Devi not only killed Rakshasas, but she ate them. And she drank the blood of these Rakshasas, as you know, Raktavijas. So how can she be vegetarian? Just tell. What reason? Alright? Because we are conditioned that way, we think. But actually what happens in the evolutionary process? When a person, say, eats chicken, not person, we should say, a higher animal, eats a lower animal, then it passes through the circle and achieves a higher life. It's absolutely, this is how evolution takes place. Of course, we can give realization to human beings, so we need not worry about that. That's a different point. But if you eat chicken, you definitely give it a higher life. But not the animals which are bigger than smaller animals. If you eat, it's not going to be harmed by that, no doubt. But you may be harmed. For example, if you eat mosquitoes, you will be harmed. Now, in countries where there is not even any vegetable or anything, they have not seen green leaves, like Greenland. Now, the name is Greenland, they have never seen green color. Are they sinners that they can't live without eating meat? How can God be so partial? There are many countries where they cannot live without eating meat. So, there must be some reason, alright? So, reason it out. If you eat vegetables, alright. If you want to eat meat, it's alright. But again, for a Sahajogi, what we decide is not on what you like, but what is good for you. For example, for Western people, it is better that they don't eat much meat now, because I think they and their fathers have eaten all that. Eat less. They should have more carbohydrates, while vegetarians should take more proteins. If they do not like meat, they should take to other proteins, because proteins are very important. If you do not take proteins in life, people suffer. In Sahaja Yoga, we find such people have trouble from left navi. I have seen in India many people who are strict vegetarians have a problem of left navi. So we told them, all right, you can eat proteins. There are so many proteins you can eat. If you don't like to eat meat from childhood, you have not eaten, you don't feel like eating, all right, forget it. Eat some. We have to be wise. We have to be open. We are not to be bound by our conditioning from childhood. This we must understand. That vegetarianism is not going to take you to God, neither non-vegetarianism. Because the spirit is neither a vegetarian nor a non-vegetarian. It is a detached thing, it's above food. But whatever you need for your body is important. If you need protein, eat protein. If you don't eat protein, don't eat protein. But then eat something which you need. So it is not that one has to understand it in a way that we understand as a chicken and vegetables, but we must understand in the way a doctor understands the protein and carbohydrates. Alright? Whatever you like, you can eat. There's no, in Sahaja Yoga, there's no such a compulsion. So many saints used to eat meat. So many saints. Guru Nanaka, Kabira, Muhammad Sahib, Christ, Rama himself, Krishna himself, all of them ate meat. Even Buddha ate meat. The proof is that at the end of his life, he went to one of his disciples who was a hunter. And he told him, I'm very hungry, give me something to eat. So he said, sir, I have nothing else but a wild boar which I have killed very recently and it is not yet fully cooked. So he said, all right, doesn't matter, I'll have it. And he ate it and he died because of that half-cooked wild boar. And he died with that. So now Buddhists think that we should not eat meat. It's not so. Because he ate something that was half-cooked. That means he did eat, isn't it? Even Jains know that it's only Neminath who got a kind of a feeling against meat eating. That was Neminath was at the time of his contemporary of Sri Krishna. When his marriage was celebrated, he found many birds were killed and he felt terrible about it. And he didn't want to eat any meat. It was all right. It's all right. If you don't feel like, don't eat. But then a cult started. But that means till Neminath, means Jainis are ancient people. Till Neminath, they were eating meat. Is a fact. So, to get attached to some idea is not the way you are doing it. If you don't want to eat, just don't eat. And if somebody has to eat it because of health purposes or because of the need, there's nothing wrong. Everybody has a different need. Every individual has a different. That's the point. It's no question of meat or anything, but it is a question of eating proteins or carbohydrates. We have to be wise about it. And all such cults, you see, that you eat this, you eat that, is not. There is no cult in surgery. Every individual has a different personality, but the common thing is one, and that is the spirit. But, for example, drinking, we abhor. But after realization, before that I don't talk of drinking, because it goes against your chetana, against your awareness. So one has to look after the awareness. So much time has been wasted in people in deciding what to eat, what not to eat, what have they achieved, nothing. This kind of thing, to believe that such food will make us great will be false. So you don't decide on that. You decide on proteins and carbohydrates. Whatever good for your health, you should do. Those who eat too much of vegetarian food are liable to certain type of diseases, and those who eat too much of non-veg are liable to some. Those who eat vegetarian food can get leukoderma very easily, can get leukemia very easily. Certain types of cancers they can get very easily. Those who are non-vegetarians can get another kind of diseases, there are numerous diseases they can get. So we have to have a balance. That when we eat vegetarian food also, we must see that we eat sufficient amount of proteins. Because body has to be all right. Healthy body is the temple of God. And to temple of God, you have to keep it healthy and happy. That's the attitude.